Yeah. So I entered. I was like, you know what? Whatever happens, I do not care. I'm entering this bus. But when he did like this, I was like, okay, means enter. I entered and I was like, okay, Naomi, if the controllers come and check, I don't know if in Italy they do the controller thing. If the controller come, I'll say, the bus driver said that I should enter. So that was my plan. Sorry, that was my plan. And the bus was going garang, 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 garang. So me, I was looking in the window to just see any city or any busy city, then I'll just get off. And then finally we reached at the very busy city. Me, mind you, before seeing this bus, I had walked like 2 hours. Okay, I had walked like 2 hours to even get this bus. And after this, before this bus, my phone was on 20%, and I decided to charge it on my computer. Hey, God. My computer was also going down. So I realized that let me charge my phone. This is the reason why I jumped into that bus, because I realized that my computer is also going down soon. So if I start walking, I'll not make it. So I decided to just put my phone on airplane mode, like switch it off, kind of, and then charge it until the computer also goes down, so that at least I have battery for the coming 10 hours, maybe. Yeah, who knows? The suffering was going on. I was charging my phone. So when I saw the bus, I was like, Naomi, just jump into the bus, get into any busy city, and then after, Vram, get off. That's exactly what I did. I sat down. I was very scared and very nervous, but the kids were also looking at me. I was like, which kind of village city is this one? But anyway, who am I to judge? It's fine. I reached I reached down and went off the bus. Yeah, now we go off the bus. My computer is off. My phone has charged a bit. At least now I have battery, so it's fine. I can, yeah, you might ask, okay, one thing I forgot, you might ask that, okay, when you were asking for help, why didn't you just do or what's it, no, Google Translate? How can I translate to somebody when nobody wanted to hear me out? It's very difficult because first of all, the person has to give me the attention, the ear, before I even, because when I show them this thing, they say no, they walk away, like they don't even give you a minute to say anything. I was also very careful. I also understand that people are busy, right? I understand that. So when I look at the person and the person is busy, I don't even ask them. The only people I ask are the people I saw sitting down, just doing, okay, I won't say doing nothing, but yeah, you know, yeah. So in my head I was like, okay, I also live in a busy country. I can also understand that when you are running um for work and everything, you wouldn't want somebody to stop you and whatever it is. So I wasn't doing that. I could look at many people and then I find somebody I see that, okay, this person is more relaxed and they might have time for me, or just 1 minute. I only wanted 1 minute for somebody just to hear me out. But guess what? No. Italy, why? Why? But anywho, maybe next time if I go in a foreign country, I need to read about the what they accept and what they don't accept. Like I need to do that. Like, guys, you need to do research before. I need to. Hey, okay, back to the bus. I went off the bus in that another. I think the bus went like, I think like 30 minutes, going to 40 minutes. It was a really long gran. It was a long one, and then I went off, and in that mini city, it was a little bit busy, so I can see now. I could see different people. Actually, the reason why I get off because I saw an African person. There was a guy who was standing on the road. I said, "How Naomi? It's time to get off. You have seen an African person. Get off." So it's a weird thing, but yeah, because of what I went through before in the beginning, I was like, if I see any African person anywhere, I'm getting off this bus. This is very bad. Yeah, so I went off. I went off the bus, and there was a mini kiosk. Kiosk is like a mini shop that has almost everything apart from clothes. So There was a pizzeria, there was a mini kiosk, there was a restaurant, there was like a lot of different boutiques. It was kind of like a busy center. And yeah, so I went in that place and I was looking around. I said, Naomi, you have Jesus, you have passed through a lot, so it's time for you to be very, very careful. First of all, I sat down, and I don't know why I didn't pray for the whole journey before. So I sat down and I said, God, I need a good Samaritan. Like, I need somebody to help me because I'm actually tired. I'm actually tired. Then when I sat down, one thing I remembered, okay, it's not, I don't want to brag about anything, but this is actually exactly what I thought about. So guys, I'm telling you what I was thinking and what I was going through. Then I started thinking about a few months ago. This is in Denmark, right? A few months ago, I was at the central station. I was going to work actually. So I dropped off at central station and I was walking like really fast, and I had my headsets on, and an elderly lady stopped me, and she asked me, "Can I ask you something?" I said, "Yeah, sure." She said, "I have euros, um, and where can I buy a ticket?" Because she was going to the airport. She was going back to where, to I don't know where. Yeah, but she was going to the airport, and she told me that I have euros, but how can I buy a ticket? And I did not think so much because it's just a common ticket and she's going to the airport. I didn't want her to be late. I didn't want anything. Then I said, "Oh yeah, I can help you with that." Then we went on the machine. I bought the ticket. I gave her the ticket. I did not think so much. And then she told me that, "Oh, okay, here's the money." She had her money. She was willing to pay everything. But in my heart, I was like, it's just a common ticket. It's not that every day I buy tickets for people. No, I don't do that. Once in a while, it's fine. It's really fine. Then I told her, "Oh, mom." And I also saw her like my own mother, because I was just thinking, like, okay, my own mother, if she's in this situation, I would love somebody else to also help her out. So we did the ticket. She was willing to pay and everything, and she was very grateful. And in my heart, I wasn't expecting her to pay the money back, but like, her happiness and for her to make her flight is enough for me. Like, it's enough, completely enough. So she was very happy, and she told me, "God bless you." I said, "Amen." And I took it in my heart. I was very happy in my heart. And during that time when I was sitting in Italy, going through all this, I started thinking about that. And I told God that, "God, I need a Naomi in my life right now. I need a Naomi." That's all I told God. I did not pray a long prayer. I said, "God, I need a Naomi in my life right now because I'm tired." And I'm very sure that that lady prayed for me. I'm very sure about that, because guess what? So I went to that place. There was a lot of shops, there was a lot of people, but I did not go to those people. When I saw the kiosk, I saw a man inside. I don't know where the guy comes from, but I'm just gonna describe him. So this is where I say, if I offend anybody, I don't mean to, like, to offend you. But this man, I can describe him by saying he was a Muslim. I don't want to say from Turkey, from Arab or anything. No, I don't want to say that because I don't know. But he was a Muslim, and I don't know why. I felt more comfortable. I felt more at peace going to him. So I went to him, and I told him, "Excuse me." He was like, "Hello." He was very happy and welcoming. "Hello." I say, "Hi. Would you please help me?" He said, "Yeah." What? Like, he wasn't really fluent, but he said, "Yeah." And I showed him the paper. I showed him where I'm going. I said, "You going here? You going here?" I said, "Yeah." And I told him, me walk 4 hours. And then he was like, no, 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 no. And he said, okay. He called one guy. There was another guy sitting on the side outside the shop. So this one were inside the shop. We had to go out of the shop. He called one guy. He told him something. I believe that he told him to take over the shop so that he can help me. My heart started melting. And he called the guy. The guy entered the shop and then he said, come, 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 me help you. I started crying. I wasn't crying because I was sad, but I was crying because of his good heart. Like, he helped me out. He was willing to leave his shop and come to make sure that I get my bus or train or where I'm going. And guys, that changed my perspective for this type of people. Like, it changed everything within me. It changed everything because this man, I did not even buy anything from him. I did, but he left the shop. He came with me outside. He because we couldn't really communicate well because of the language. I don't speak Italian, and he wasn't very good with English. So he removed his phone and he asked me for the address. I gave him the address where exactly I'm going. First of all, I told him I'm going to a certain train station. I said, you here? I say, yeah, me here. And then after, I'm going to this hotel. And then he asked a hotel address. Hotel address. I said, okay. So I gave him the hotel address. He searched on public transportation and a taxi. And then a taxi was 54 euros. And then he's like, no, 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 that expensive. No, 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 no. We find other way. We find other way. I say, okay. I was crying. He said, no, no, you no cry, no cry. Me help you, okay? You no cry, me help you. I said, thank you. I wasn't crying because I was sad. I was just so amazed how he was so willing. Like, God bless you, this man. This man, hey, God bless you. So he found a bus for me. He took me to the bus stop, guys. He walked with me. I think we walked like 2 minutes because the bus was in the corner and I didn't even know. I didn't know. He took me to the bus stop. When we stood there were four kids. For these four kids, I think I'll say that they're between their 11, 15, around there, right? Age group 11, 15, in between there. So these kids they were playing, kids will always be kids. Teenagers will always be teens, you know. And then he called one of them and then he spoke to her. He asked them where they were going. And then they told him, and then he's like, that's the same bus I should take. I said, this man is dropping me in a bus. This is going to cause another wala. I don't even have a bus ticket and all that. So I asked, he told the girls, there were three girls and one boy. And then he told them that this is where I'm going. And then the girls said, yeah, 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 yeah. We go you there. So it was like add up English, I was like, oh, these beautiful children. And so we had to use Google Translate. I told them that I'm going here, da, da, da. They say, oh, we are going to take you there. So they were translating everything and they told me they're going to take me there. And then I asked them, how can I buy a ticket? And they said, no, 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 don't worry. Guys, one girl, she went in her bag, she removed the ticket, she gave me a bus ticket. I removed money to pay this girl. The young girl said no. Naomi, I started melting. I think that day I was just a crying baby. This girl, she gave me her ticket. We entered the bus. I kept on offering them money. They said no. I was, God bless them. Like, try. So we jumped into the bus. We went and garang, 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 garang. When we reached the hotel, I was like, Naomi, you have suffered. Then the girls, they told me, oh, it's here, it's here. We reached, I was so grateful. And I'm still grateful. I'm like, God bless these kids. Like, God bless these kids. Their parents and their entire generation, blessings. I was so happy. I was like, hey, God. But one thing I learned a lot, like a lot of things, but this one thing, I think, like, because of this man and these children, when people stop me on the road, I'll not quickly ignore people. I'll hear people out. And if it's something that I can't help, I'll say no. Like, but I wouldn't want to make somebody feel ignored or rejected, and because that's a very ugly feeling. And another thing I learned, I will never stop helping, because this I'll never stop helping people. And another thing is, like, you guys might say that, oh, you can't just stop and follow anybody you meet. No, I and another thing, I did not take any picture with them because I was looking creepy enough. I didn't want to add on more. I didn't want to be creepy with these children because I like, they're kids. I can get arrested if I take any picture with them or anything. Because I was so happy. I was so happy. I didn't even ask for any contact because they're children. I cannot just ask for their contacts because I wanted to appreciate, but I couldn't do that because they're children. So I was also not clinging on them. I was very distancing myself because I also understand that people might misunderstand that, oh, yeah, I've gone through enough. So I was really distancing myself, even though they were helping me out. I made sure that I'm not creepy with these kids. They sat on the other side. I sat on the other side because of the society and the public, what they see, they might not understand what I've passed through. So one thing I would like to say to you guys, that if you're in a country where you speak different language or anything, it's summertime, the tourists are coming, please just be nice enough to, when somebody asks you something, to answer, or to I'm not saying that you should buy tickets for people or pay things for people. No, don't. But just at least give them that ear. Or if you are really rushing, you say, oh, sorry, I have to catch my bus, I'm really sorry, then you go. At least that is very understandable. And also another thing, I realized, like, I'm not asking you guys to follow anybody. Of course, there are a lot of creepy people in this world. I'm not asking you to follow to follow the creepy people in this world, but hear people out. If you have to help somebody, of course, help them in public where everyone is watching, so that nothing happens. Never follow anybody to their home. And another thing is, like, you might say that, oh, me, I can never be in such a situation. I always knew. My dear, did I know that I'll go through this? It's not that I didn't have money to bail myself out. Everything didn't work. The app did not work. So don't think that you'll never be in such a situation. So whenever you walk out there, if you see somebody in need, if you are able to help them, please help them, because you never know when's your time. And for example, me, I made it like a deal that if I'm walking on the street in Copenhagen and somebody stop me, ask me how can I order taxi, I'm gonna call that taxa for them and order it, because you know the street names, they're also difficult. If you can't speak Danish, you won't be able to pronounce where you are. And if you're not able to pronounce where you are, the taxa cannot come to you. So if I meet somebody on the road and they ask me, oh, how can I order taxa? I'm gonna call that taxa for you. At the end of the day, I'm not paying. You are the one paying, but all I'm doing is just to call the taxa for you. When the taxa come, you are the one paying. It's okay. And if I'm not able to call the taxi, I can give everyone the number, whatever number they want, or you can stand on the road the rest of your life, especially in the weekend, and wait for that taxi to pass. Because in the weekend, yeah, okay, that's not the point. The point is, I'll never stop helping. And guys, let's learn not to be stingy. Let's help people. Like, not everyone is going to kill you or steal from you, or not everyone is coming to beg. And if people beg for food, then what? So what? It's just food. Give them food. Because me, I cannot meet somebody who said, I've like, I meet a lot of, like, even kids and grown up people, they say, oh, I'm hungry, I've not eaten. What I do, because I know that some people here on the street, when they say they're hungry, they have not eaten, when you give them money, then they will use it for drugs or something. Me, I don't support that. But what I support is that if you tell me that I'm hungry and there is a McDonald's or Burger King, a restaurant or pizza place, I'm gonna buy that pizza for you. I'm gonna have, it's just food. So guys, let's learn to help out because you never know when your time will come. I've learned to do my research and like enough to be like, okay, I'm gonna be comfortable because guys, it's so sad to plan your 1 week holiday and reach there, everything just get ruined, you know? You are just there for a short time. If you're going to live there, then you can deal with it. You know that you have time to deal with all these people. But if you are on holiday, you don't have time to deal with such things, you know? And I also made a mistake. I was actually warned um about some places in Italy that they really don't fancy black people. I'll say it like that because that is it. They don't really fancy such people. So I didn't really take it serious because I was like, there is all these things everywhere. So what? How bad can it be? How bad can it be? I didn't really like think about it so much, but I wouldn't say also that I'll never go back. I'll go back, but not in the same area. So I learned that there are some areas you shouldn't go as a tourist. Just leave them alone. Leave them alone in their small town. Leave them alone. I've learned like if I want to enjoy my holidays, I'll go in a busy place. I know like you say they have those like tourism areas. If I'm to get a hotel, I'll get a hotel in such places and just be there and have my peace, enjoy my holiday. Vram, I leave. But I'll never do this to myself again. To go in, no matter how. Hey, but this place, I actually loved it. It was a lot of nature. It was quiet, private, everything. But they showed me paper. So that's one thing that I'll do so much research. I'll do research on transportation, language, and the area, the environment itself. That like you know, you can never run away from racism. You can never run away from that. You'll find it everywhere. But there is some of it that I'm okay. I don't even care. But this was too much for me. I think it's the first time actually I experienced something huge like this. You know, every time I'm thinking about this man and the kids that helped me, I'm so grateful and I'll never stop helping people. Of course, I'll never follow anybody anywhere, but I'll always help. I'll always help. That's the end of the story. And guys, I'm happy I'm back home now and I'll never stop helping. I'll always help people because what I went through, Italy, Google failed me. And if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to my channel so that I can always like be like this, smiling, 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 smiling. Bye. Thank you.